Innovative History presents the history of the Olympics. The first record of the Greek Games comes from Olympia, Greece in 776 BC, the only event, a foot race, which was dedicated to the Greek god Zeus. Also, it should be noted that Mount Olympus, Zeus's home, is not the same thing as Olympia. And a chef named Coroebus won that first race. And yes, he probably was only wearing that chef's hat, as most athletes competed naked. Which maybe accounts for why women were banned with all that nude wrestling. Along with the foot race and wrestling, the Greeks also added the discus toss, chariot racing, and the javelin throw. But, unfortunately, by 146 BC, the Greeks were conquered by the Romans, and the games began to lose their popularity. Eventually, a Roman emperor named Theodosius took control, and ultimately, in 392, he converted the entire empire to Christianity. With Christianity, he got rid of the pagan rituals, like the Olympic Games dedicated to Zeus. 1,500 years passed with no Olympics, but in 1894, a French baron revived them, establishing the IOC, or International Olympic Committee, to host the first modern games in 1896. In attendance were the United States, Australia, Italy, Greece, Sweden, Hungary, Switzerland, Britain, Denmark, France, Austria, and Germany. They were hosted in Greece, and although they didn't have the most representatives, the USA was able to bring home the most victories. In 1900, the IOC allowed women to compete, but by 1916, the Berlin Games were canceled because of World War I. Due to their role in the war, Germany was banned from the 1920 and 24 Games. The 24 Games also saw the first Winter Olympics. Germany was then allowed the 1936 Games, which coincided with the Third Reich. Many protested Nazism, and Spain even attempted to host the alternative People's Olympiad Games, but the Spanish Civil War broke out the day before. Hitler wanted to ban all Jews and blacks from the Games, citing the idea of Aryan supremacy, which Jesse Owens then threw back into Hitler's face, winning 4 gold medals. The 1940 and 44 Games were canceled with the start of World War II. In fact, London couldn't host the Games because it was facing constant bombings from German enemies. The subsequent Games were marked by the Cold War, with multiple threats of boycotts, which lasted to at least the 1980s, famous for the USA Miracle on Ice. The political undertones have not left the Olympics. Even today, they face backlash because of extreme costs, and even in 2016, we saw Olympians drop because of Zika, dirty water, and social injustice. Only having been rebirthed for 110 years, we can only hope that the Games that have overcome 2 world wars and more will continue to flourish.